Well, alright, people, so I'm here with your 2021 Royal Rumble review. Actually exceeded my expectations a little bit, but my expectations were already pretty low to begin with, but I gotta admit, there were a couple good things on this show. It wasn't a great show by any means, but it wasn't total shit, so let's get into it. We got McIntyre defeating Goldberg to start off the show here. It really annoys me, and I've been talking about this for a while, how nobody sells anything now. Drew McIntyre gets speared through the barricade, and he's literally down for 30 seconds, and he's back up within 30 seconds of getting the spear. I mean, there's no selling anymore, and this match was just like I predicted. A million finishers, it was 3 minutes long. I said I would be surprised if it goes 5 minutes, and it sucked. It was terrible. I don't know why Goldberg's in this company doing this shit, taking a spot away from a younger person who could be used to build, that they could use to build into a new star. Instead, you got a fucking 50-some-year-old Goldberg in the main event. Really dumb match. Really stupid. And I hated it. Probably the worst match of the night. Then we get Sasha Banks defeating Carmella. I didn't even know this match was going to be on the show. I thought it was going to be the tag match, but whatever. It was an alright match. I mean, nothing special here. I'm no fan of Diva Wrestling, so I didn't really care for it. I mean, it wasn't terrible. It was okay. Then we get this Bad Bunny segment here. What the fuck was this? You got this person I'd never heard of singing a song. I can't even understand the words. I mean, what the fuck was this? Then Booker T is just fucking standing there like a fucking moron. Like, what is this? I thought this was a wrestling show, not a fucking concert for D-list fucking singers. I mean, this was just terrible. And we'll get to Bad Bunny later in the show here, because I got other problems with this motherfucker. But I don't know what the fuck. I don't know if this guy was talking in a language I don't know. I don't know. But I couldn't understand one fucking word of this song. Just stupid. Then we have the Divas Rumble, and quite honestly, I didn't watch this. I just watched some of the entrances. I'm sorry, guys. I can't go through an hour and a half of divas just punching each other. I mean, I didn't watch it. Bianca Belair won the fucking thing. I don't even know anything about her. So I'm sorry I didn't watch it. I didn't put myself through the torture. But, I just can't stand an hour and a half of divas. It just, I can't take it. And that's WWE's fault for putting this stupid match together and doing the Diva Rumble. It shouldn't happen. And if you want to do a Diva Rumble, fine. But do 15 or 20 people, because I can't stand 30 people. Then we have Reigns defeating Owens, which was definitely the best match of the night. I was almost ready to call this a great match, but the ending was terrible, and I'll get to that. But you had a lot of good spots in here. You had the ending with the handcuffs, which was, or I'm sorry, I'm going to get to that later. But you had the spears through the Tron, the golf cart spot was really cool. The senton off the forklift was a cool spot. So you had a lot of good spots in this match. A lot of good hardcore spots. You had some blood in there, I believe. But the ending with the handcuffs, and that was stupid, because you got Heyman who fucking botched it. He couldn't, get the key in there to unlock the handcuffs, and everybody's just standing there awkwardly waiting until Heyman unhooks them. And then I thought the guillotine ending was a stupid ending too. This is a last man standing match, and you're ending it with a guillotine, a cruiserweight move. I mean, you're not going to end it with a table spot or a hardcore moment. I mean, it's a last man standing match. But nonetheless, this was a really good match. If the ending would have been nice, if it would have been even just a passable ending, even just an average ending, I would have said this was a great match. But nonetheless, you got to give credit where credit's due. This was a really good match. And then you get the Royal Rumble. You had some okay returns. I mean, Carlito, nice to see him. Kane, although it looked like Kane picked up about 30 or 40 pounds. Hurricane Helms. Christian. Christian was probably the best. You had Christian. So you had a few good returns. I wouldn't say any great returns. Unfortunately, there wasn't a great return, but, a few good returns. So, I mean, they didn't really overachieve with returns, but they didn't underachieve, I guess, somewhere in the middle. Rollins returned. This Messiah gimmick looks fucking terrible. I mean, I haven't really seen any of it, but it just sounds like a disaster. I don't know. It could be great. I don't know, but it looks terrible. Of course, you had Edge in there, and of course, Edge wins. I'll talk about that in a sec here. And then you had Bad Bunny coming down, and they put this fucking retard over the Miz. So they have him, do a splash on the outside to Miz. So why would you put a fucking no-name rapper who sucks over the Miz, who's your Money in the Bank, and is probably going to be your next champion? This is a retardation that this creative team sinks to. This is the lows that this creative team sinks to. So you're putting a non-wrestler rapper over your probable next world champ. How stupid is that? Like you just can't explain the stupidity of this company anymore. I mean, so then you have Edge win the Rumble. And it's nice to see Edge in there. I'm an Edge fan. Many great moments in the Ruthless Aggression era on SmackDown. I mean, who could forget, Edge cashing in versus Undertaker to win the belt on SmackDown. A lot of great moments. But why are you putting Edge as the winner of the Rumble? He is in the tail end of his career. He is a part-timer. And you need to have a priority of building new stars for the future. New stars that are going to be on the pay-per-views in the next 5, 10, 15 years. Edge could be on a pay-per-view here and there, but he's not a full-timer. He's not a future star. He's at the tail end of his career. He's had triple fusion neck surgery. I mean, I don't mind them featuring legends or part-timers on the show, but you got to use them strategically. And when you're at this point in this company now, when you fail to really build any new stars over the last decade, your priority has to be building new stars. And there's only so many moments in a year where you could build new stars. And if you keep giving those spots to people like Goldberg, to people like Edge, you're never going to build new stars. So, I mean, it's nice to see Edge, but it's like, we got to be building new stars for the future. I mean, you got so many people in this company who have talent, but the creative team just ignores them and wastes them. It's ridiculous. Like, you got AJ Styles, you got, Sami Zayn, you got all these talented people, and you keep giving spots to people who are way past their prime. Not saying those people can't be on the show, but you got to use them strategically to build up the new talent, not to put over the people who are legends already. Like, they don't need to be put over. They're not going to be in this company, in the next 5, 10, 15 years. You're not going to be in the main events in the next 5, 10, 15 years. You're going to be in fucking nursing homes in the next 5, 10, 15 years. So, I mean, overall, this show had a couple good moments, but it also had a few shitty moments, just like anything else in this company. You never get anything that's great usually. Very rare you'll get a great show. This was a mediocre. It was an okay show. You had a couple good moments, but you also had some bad moments. So there you go, people. There's my thoughts on the 2021 Royal Rumble.